here. We're still on the ice in northern Wisconsin. Ice is still about 25, 26, 27 inches thick. Seen lots of pictures on Facebook, guys in a boat. Unfortunately, up here we are still not in a boat or anywhere near being in a boat. Well, as you can see, still plenty of ice. I feel pretty safe on the four-wheeler at about 30 inches of ice. So we're gonna get after it to the best of our abilities. By get after it, I mean I'm gonna punch like one more hole and get after it about as hard as I can today. My soul has been drained from about the last 4 months of ice fishing. You know, we've just kind of gotten to that point in the season where it's just time to be done, right? The last month and a half has been some of the most challenging ice fishing I have ever seen. Not from a catching fish perspective, but simply from a moving around, so much snow, and getting on quality bites. You know, it has been an absolute grind. If you're fortunate enough to live somewhere outside of the Northwoods, you're fortunate enough, because the last month or so has been absolutely brutal. It's not like I don't like ice fishing at all. It has just been such a struggle lately to really just get on kind of any kind of quality bite whatsoever. And I really like just mainly moving around, you know, hunting active fish down, stuff like that. And you can't do any of that. It just becomes absolutely miserable. You go online and you see reports of guys like, oh man, I can't believe ice fishing season's already over. You know, anywhere there's still good ice to get out on one last good ice bite, those are sick individuals. When you got buddies sending you pictures from a boat, catching all sorts of fish, doesn't really matter at this point what they're catching. It beats any ice fishing bite I have ever seen. And I'm catching monster crappies right now. You know, do me a favor. That friend who's all sick for ice fishing, it's all he can think about all year long. Take that guy out in your boat this summer. Show him a good time. Catch a whole bunch of walleyes on a beautiful July evening. Get him on a topwater muskie. Anything. Because if you like ice fishing more than you like being in a boat, there is absolutely something wrong with you. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I do not want to be out here anymore. I am so sick of ice fishing. I am so sick of snow. So sick of being cold all the time. So sick of winter in general. I need to do something. I need to get in a boat sometime soon. I don't even care what I'm fishing for. I don't really care how far I have to drive at this point. I'm done with this. Alright guys, so we came down here. We came to the first open water we could find. We were out here on the Fox River, along with everybody else, chasing walleyes. A lot of times this is the first opportunity we have to get on good walleye bites, and everybody knows it, and everybody's out here. Extremely popular bite, and we are hooked up doing some trolling after dark. Got it? Yep. Took a little bit to find the depth, speed, all that good stuff. We have a nice fish on. At least it feels heavy anyways. Nice walleye. Got him. Early season walleyes, so much better than ice fishing. It doesn't really matter if we're catching 1 or 100. Beautiful Fox River walleye right there. It's probably about a 27, 28 inch fish, I'd say. You agree?
Yeah, it's great looking fish.
Heavy fish, cold water. We're gonna let this guy go and hopefully catch a whole bunch more of these tonight. Sweet. All right, guys, we are hooked up on another fish here. Swapping some baits out, some stuff that runs a little deeper. Green seems to be the color, as it pretty much always seems to be out here in Green Bay and on the Fox. And we're hooked up. Looks like good fish. Nice fish.
Yep. Off in the net.
All right, guys, another awesome Fox River walleye here. The night troll bite is on. We're gonna hopefully dial in the pattern a little bit more and catch a whole bunch more of those. All right, guys, we got another one on here. Doesn't feel too bad. All right, so our location, where are we trolling? Basically, we're getting just off the main flats on the channel breaks out here on the Fox. Now, if you set your shallow water highlight on your Humminbird Helix to, like, let's say 8 feet, and you set your mid-depth highlight to that 10 to 13, 14 feet, you're gonna see those flats come out, and then where those flats meet the green is your break line going out to the channel. And we're trying to put our boat just inside of that break, so most of our baits are just kind of on the lip right before it breaks out to the channel. Now, we're running planer boards, and we're putting lights on our boards so you can see obviously where your boards are at, and other boats can see where your boards are at. And we're keeping that spread just on the flat right before it breaks out into that 15, 20 feet of water, and that's where we're trolling and looking for these fish at night. All right, guys, another nice walleye right there. Not a giant, but we'll take every single one we get after dark like this. We're gonna talk a little bit about what baits we're running, speeds, and all that good stuff here in a second. All right, so we're gonna talk about some baits we're using out here trolling at night out on the Fox. Now, this time of year, water is real cold, and we're trolling real slow, right around that just under a mile an hour to just over a mile an hour, basically. So we wanna be running baits that have action at a slow speed, and these suspending stick baits are typically your best bet this time of year. This is a Smithwick in your Rogues, your Husky Jerks, all in green here. We got the Ghost Green here, straight Fire Tiger, and then another variation of Fire Tiger. No Secret Green's always good color here in Green Bay, and especially out on the Fox. And like I said, we're putting these out. We're trying to get basically a foot, 2 feet, 3 feet off bottom, and that's the plan. You know, trolling real slow and letting those fish sneak up behind them and grab the bait. It is cold out, it is windy out, but we have one on. All right, fish on. Another Fox River walleye. There we go, guys. Another chunky Fox River walleye. Just slowed down, moved out a little bit deeper. We're gonna go ahead and let that guy go. All right, little bite recap. One thing we didn't show, you know, we did a whole bunch of fishing during the day too. It was kind of a little bit tougher bite, I would say, the past weekend overall. Super busy boat-wise, which is pretty much always expected on the Fox. We went down to mostly live bait. We were pitching 1/4 ounce jigs around, working them real slow in the current. Catching fish wasn't anything crazy during the day. My experience is that generally, you know, after dark, it's always a little bit better. Big fish bite on the Fox. I love doing that night trolling bite. Super fun way to fish. You gotta get away from a little bit of the crowd anyways, fishing at night. And yeah, it was pretty cut and paste pattern overall, really. You know, trolling those suspended stick baits, something that's not, when you slow way down, is gonna float up in those fish's face. You're trolling super slow, either ticking bottom just a little bit or keeping those baits real close to bottom. And that's basically what we're doing, and persistence paid off. You know, it wasn't anything spectacular as far as quantity goes, but we did get some quality fish, and looking forward to spending the entire month of April on Green Bay and the bodies of water surrounding the bay. So thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for the next one.